When I went to London, I had such a major culture clash. It was a very bizarre experience. They were really, really hard on veganism. And we're talking about going to a steakhouse, like a place that's renowned for serving steak. And the big thing on the front of the menu, like right when you open the menu, it was the vegan menu, right? Now, in Romania, restaurants do accommodate for vegans, but it's kind of like a small part of the menu to the back, right? It's not like a major thing or anything like that, but it just shows like the huge difference in mentality. Like they assume that the overwhelming majority of people that come to the restaurant must be vegan, so that when they open the menu, that is the first thing that they get, right? And we're talking about a steakhouse. Then there was like another change. I didn't catch it, but I heard that it was a small initiative in London, which lasted for a couple of months. I probably can figure out why. But Burger King, they would give you a vegan burger if you ordered just a normal burger, right? So you could go to Burger King, and unless you specified that you want a meat-based burger, they would offer you the vegan option, which I assume it didn't last for long because probably a lot of people would just return the product and they would be like, I didn't order this, like I didn't want. So, yeah, like there is a huge difference in culture when it comes to the UK. And seeing like this lady on TikTok, which is saying that she found a restaurant that is rude and anti-vegan. I'm like, wow, it's almost like you've won the lottery. Like, what are the odds? How can you manage to find something like that in such a culture? So I haven't listened to what she has to say. We're going to listen to it live and see if I have any reactions to her statement.
Okay, so I don't know if I should like actually be annoyed at this or if I'm just being a little bit like privileged in some way, but
there's nothing wrong with being privileged. I don't understand why people have to apologize for being privileged. It depends, like, are you worthy of the privilege or not? You know, if you worked hard or your parents worked hard, then maybe you should be privileged. I don't understand, like, oh, well, maybe I'm a little bit good. It's a good thing. Should be privileged. Everyone should strive in life to attain privilege. Should be your goal in life.
So basically, my friend came home from Dubai a couple of weeks ago, and me and her were looking for somewhere nice to eat. We just wanted somewhere that we could dress up, it was nice vibes, and
somewhere posh. Posh! She wanted to go to posh place, which is good. You should go to posh places. That's why you work. Work to make money to go to the posh.
So my mum was like, oh, why don't you go to Sheesh? Now, I've been to Sheesh a couple of years ago and I'm a vegan, and they didn't actually have anything on their main menu that was vegan. But I was just thinking, no, you know, maybe I could just get some sides, you know, some chips, some rice, all of that, and like mix it all together, some hummus, which is something that I actually do anyway whenever I go to restaurants. I actually prefer side dishes to mains a lot of the time, so I should have a load of sides and mix them together. Anyway, a couple of years ago I asked to do that and they like wouldn't let me.
Yeah, I know why they wouldn't let you. Like, if it's a posh place and they're trying to take their time to make everything look perfect, they have a way to streamline the process. So if you go there and you order like different things and you're trying to mix them up, like some restaurants may accommodate you with that, but other restaurants won't, because everything is measured, everything is, you know, like they make absolutely sure that they're not wasting money and throwing away food. So they have to measure every portion. So if you were to, like, for example, take the French fries from here and the rice from there, then you now end up with meat that doesn't have any side dishes. It's not the end of the world. Like obviously certain restaurants have workarounds, but others don't, right? So it's not necessarily to mess with vegan people. It's just like they just don't want to accommodate. And there are, I know this is shocking, but like there are other restaurants, like you do not have to go to Sheesh. I love the name, Sheesh. Yeah, you don't have to go to Sheesh. Okay, like, again, when I went to London, I don't know if the situation is the same in Essex, but it was like every single restaurant, including the steakhouses, were vegan. So I don't think like this is the issue, that you can't find like a luxurious restaurant that serves vegan food.
They were like, no, you have to order a main. So I can't actually remember what I did back then, but I said this to her this time, and I was like, look, you know, this happened before, so let's just ring them and we'll...
Why would you do that though? Like, I don't understand. Why is your fixation with sheesh? I'm not saying that you're not in the right, but like, being vegan is a choice, and not serving vegan is also a choice. It's interesting, isn't it? Like, being a vegan isn't considered to be a protected class. It's not discrimination. Like, it's not, you're not born this way. It's not based on gender, race. Unless you want to say that veganism is a religion, and then you can actually claim that is discrimination. Because you can't discriminate based on religious characteristics. So, like, if you want to make this argument, then yes, the restaurant is discriminating against you. But other than that, again, like, it seems that it's a place of business that doesn't want to accommodate vegans. Okay. But you're not in Soviet Russia. Like, there's other options. There's competition. You can go to their... If you want to hurt them, you can go to their competition.
We'll just see, you know, we'll see if their policy has changed. We'll see if maybe if we let them know in advance, maybe they'll let me order sides. Like, we'll just see basically what the deal is. So we rang them up, and she was like, hi, like, how are you? And then the lady speaking on the phone was like, yeah, how can I help? And she was like, well, basically, so my friend wants to come, she's a vegan, so there's nothing actually a main menu on your there's not a main dish on your menu that she can order. Would it be okay if she just ordered sides? Because she's been before and that wasn't allowed. So the lady on the end of the phone went, we don't cater for vegans. She was like, yeah, I understand that, but I can see obviously you've got loads of sides. She was just wondering if maybe she could order a few of those and have that as her main. And the lady went, I don't even know why a vegan would even want to come to our restaurant anyway.
That's like a good point. I mean, no, I understand. Like, if they're not trying to accommodate vegans, right? And she is aware that there are thousands, if not tens of thousands of other restaurants in the area where they do accommodate vegans, she is bewildered. Like, she is just in shock. Like, why do you want to come there, though? Like, it's a genuine sense of bewilderment. It's not necessarily that she may not accommodate and not allow you to get, like, various side dishes. She's just shocked. It's like she just doesn't understand. Maybe she thinks you're an activist, and she's like, well, what is your angle? What are you really after? What, you know, it's kind of like when you go and you take a piss at the bathroom, and the person comes literally next to you to take another piss, even though, like, there's so many other urinals available. And you're like, what? Why here, though? You know, you're not saying that he's not allowed, but you're like, but why literally next to me? Like, what's your game? What's your angle? What are you after? So she must be thinking that you're there in order to cause trouble.
And, like, I don't know, like, the thing is, she's like one of those places, like, I don't know, it's fancy. There's loads of, like, celebrities go there. Like, it's just like, people don't just go there for the food. Like, they do genuinely just go there for the vibes and stuff. And I just was like, you know, it's 2023.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably the issue. It's 2023, yeah, so being a vegan is not something new. Everyone knows about vegans. And unfortunately, especially if you go on social media, especially if you see videos with vegan activists, which are going out of their way to be as obnoxious as possible, like certain pita operations where they have a mannequin in the shape of a roasted human and they try to show that grotesque display to the public to say that meat is murder, or they go into random restaurants and they throw blood on the ground and stuff like that. You know, when you have activists behaving in this manner, it influences the perception of the whole group. You